Good morning. I'm here. I'm a little late. I slept a little late again. Actually, I woke up at 6:30 and I just thought I'll just lay here for a minute because it feels really good. And I woke up again at almost 7:30. Oops. So, of course, I had to stop and get coffee on the way because it's Monday. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Yeah, did you have a good weekend? I did. It was kind of a cool weekend, different weekend. A few more sips, boy. I took a sacred geometry class this weekend. That was interesting. It was a lot more complicated than I ever realized it would be, sacred geometry. And so it's kind of like, I feel like I just kind of scratched the surface of it, that it's a whole new rabbit hole I can go down if I choose. And but it was very interesting, and it really makes you aware of your house and shapes in your house and things that you're surrounded with. It's kind of cool. Each shape has its own meaning, and there's a little game that we did. I don't know if I'd really call it a game. It's more of an exercise that we did where we put 5 shapes in a certain order, whatever order we wanted, and then we read about the meaning of each of those. And it showed, you know, what you think is, where you think you are, what you think you need to be doing, all that sort of thing. And it also showed what you really should be thinking about and how other people see you and stuff like that. So it's really interesting. I'll have to think of some way to bring that in at some point to something. So anyway, good morning. My name is Kerri Wade. I'm a Reiki master teacher and a hypnotherapist. I am also a Karuna Reiki practitioner. I mentioned on Friday I was going to put up another Reiki special, and I have not done that yet. But I was given some information yesterday and some reading I was doing, not in relation to my class, but in just some other Reiki reading I was doing. And so I'm going to do a special based on that. And good morning, Amanda. It's 4 Reiki sessions in 4 days, and it's for like deep healing. So if you have a specific ailment or a specific issue that you're going through, whether it's physical or mental or emotional, or if it is spiritual, then it's 4 Reiki sessions in 4 days. Bam, 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 for some deeper healing. And so I am going to offer that package for $2.99, which is $81 off the regular price. And so, can't remember details about it. What? Oh, I can't see all the message here. I was in your dream last night. Oh. Oh, at first I thought you said I was a creeper. That's funny, Amanda. Let's see if I can see the rest of the message. I can't see it all here. Sorry. Oh, whoops. Anyway, I'll read it afterwards. Sorry. So anyway, that was a kind of a cool little class and really different. And, you know, I know it will change my life. We all did our own sacred geometry drawing as well. And so I'm interested to see how that will affect my life. And you only keep these for a certain amount of time. They're for some kind of healing that you need right now. And it's all done with your higher self in a pendulum. And so, you know, you're asking what shapes, how many times you need to draw that shape. And then you have to ask about all the colors, what color each thing should be done in. And then you have to ask and find out how long you're supposed to keep it. And mine needs to be destroyed on, I think it's November 27th, I think. And you have to let it go at that point, burn it. So, kind of cool stuff. It is intriguing. And it's very, it's really kind of complicated. It can be very, very complicated. Saturday, I'm like, okay, I don't know what I just learned in the last 8 hours. I just have no idea, actually. So, it's all good though, right? So today's chapter from the Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo is called Staying Present. Ooh, what a beautiful thing, right? What a difficult thing sometimes. It is so difficult to wait, and yet nothing short of patience can give us access to the nature of wholeness. In part, this is because the mystery of life in its totality is incomprehensible, and what can be understood often speaks in a language so slow that we seldom stick around long enough to hear it. As the great Chilean poet Pablo Neruda, I believe it is said, confirms, patience is a gift that waits beneath our very human agitation. Yet only through the incredibly difficult effort of staying present will life's forces reveal to us their powers of oneness. I recently went to the ocean and listened much of the night to the surf. And the next morning I was surprised to see that the tide had receded to reveal a cliff that had been submerged. I'm losing my throat this morning. Losing my voice this morning. I was now able to walk on what revealed itself out into the sea, and the water rising about me, spraying and slapping what normally can't be seen, made me realize it is the same with our pain. For only when we can outweigh the dark will the sharpness of experience recede like a tide to reveal what has survived beneath it all. Oh, beautiful. Often, what seems tragic, if looked at long enough, reveals itself as part of a larger transformation. I also remember coming upon a clearing in the woods so densely overgrown that it felt depressing, for nothing seemed capable of getting through. Something in my own makeup resembled this and made me return there several times, but it was finally in winter without its leaves that this same clearing undressed itself as a magnificent bed of light that happened to be on the crest of a beautiful hill. It humbled me to realize that winter can be freeing too, and that I am often overgrown with memories and reasons and twigs of mind that block me from the light. So often in our agitation and impatience, we hurry off, annoyed and troubled, and in search of love or peace, never imagining that where we first looked is now letting light through or sprouting its truth. It takes months for a crab apple to shake the crab and find the apple, and even longer for joy to split its human bark. Wow. Wow, I like that. Isn't that true though? And I like both of those analogies that I made with the ocean and with the forest, the trees. Is, you get that denseness around you when, it's kind of like a thought enters your mind. And it kind of comes and it goes. And then maybe a little while later that day, or maybe the next day or the day after, it comes again. And this time it feels a little bit bigger. We think about it maybe for just a few minutes. And then it kind of comes and goes again. And then, a few days later you wake up and it's like it's the first thing you think of, and it's all you can think of. And it keeps ruminating over and over and over and over in your mind. And you can't seem to escape it, and you can't seem to move past it. It's like being in that really dense forest and not being able to see the light, because it's like the leaves are getting stacked and stacked and stacked on top, right? And then one day the leaves fall and you have the light again, and you're like, oh, that light was there the whole time. And I wasn't looking out beyond it, beyond my muck, basically, right? And, I think we all go through those times when it feels kind of dark and scary. I've kind of gone through one here the last couple of, no, not the last couple of weeks, actually like the last 4 or 5 days. And I think that light has finally come back to me. Just because I keep getting confirmations from Spirit over and over and over. And, it's like this, that our human mind thinks much smaller than our spirit mind. Our spirit mind sees the whole picture, the big picture. It sees it all. And our little human mind gets stuck under all that denseness. They're under the ocean, under the trees, like in this little story. So that's really beautiful. And it's something to really think about, especially when you're in those times where it feels very dark, or that you feel like, just that denseness over you, right? Yeah, baby steps, definitely, Mark. We have to take our baby steps to find our way back sometimes, and there's nothing wrong with that. So here's today's exercise. Hello, Connor. Just walks in and whines and lays down. My guy. Breathe deeply. Center yourself in the dense woods of your heart. Go to the clearing from which you understand yourself. Sit beneath the many memories and reasons and feelings that have grown like leaves in your heart. Without analyzing or becoming nostalgic, without thinking at all, breathe deeply and let your breath release a light blocking leaf of heart. Let your deep-centered breathing be a soft wind that starts to strip your heart free. So we can do this in meditation, right? And meditation is really nothing more than self-hypnosis, and all hypnosis is self-hypnosis. We hypnotize ourselves dozens of times every day. And meditation is just making it a little bit more, we can make it more focused by meditating on a certain something. So, wonderful, Kerri, you're a beautiful spiritual being. Wow, shift. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. So, yeah, it's, I've been kind of going through that questioning, not really questioning what I'm doing and stuff, but that stability has been an issue for me. I'm thinking, am I really stable? Financially, am I financially stable? Am I financially fit? That more than most things, can I really do this? Can I really do it by myself? And you kind of go into that place, and it like kind of keeps popping up, like those leaves coming over. And every message that I get keeps confirming that I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. And so, it's just my own my small human mind. And that is talking about this. It's not the big universal mind. So I know it's all perfectly imperfect, but we all go through those spaces sometimes. So I think this is a really beautiful little meditation that we can all do. It'd be good for all of us, right? Get back into the now. So let's have a postcard from Spirit today. Are you ready? These are the postcards from Spirit cards by Colette Baron Reed. Beautiful messages from Spirit. Thanks for all the hearts, Amanda. You're so sweet. So, if you're in a place where you can close your eyes for a moment, I would invite you to do so. Dearest you, there are times when loss is a part of life. Sometimes a loss is welcome, like when you leave a situation not in alignment with your highest good. Sometimes a loss is sudden and painful, like when a loved one crosses over to our dimension. Regardless of the nature of the loss and your control over it, your experience is asking to be acknowledged. Tears are necessary, as is grief. When you repress the natural expression of loss and try to move on too quickly, the unprocessed pain haunts you in destructive ways. We don't want that for you. Instead, let your heartbreak open wide. Feel the loss and integrate it. See the beauty that was, the lessons learned, and know that as you let go of what has passed, ever more of you remains. It gets better. We promise. Your heart expands with more compassion for the world than ever before. Love heals all. We are loving you, sending you love, always and forever. There you got it, people. Straight from Spirit. Beautiful message. How many of us have gone through something really painful and maybe shed a few tears, but never just, you know how you like really open your soul and just let it all out? You know, sometimes we just kind of keep going through day by day by day, going through the motions, not the emotions, just through the motions and carrying on, and never really giving ourselves time to grieve. Gosh, I know I've done it. We probably do a little bit every day, honestly, because every day there is a little bit of loss, right? And for whatever it is, we experience loss all the time. And that real healing part, though, comes when we can totally open our soul and allow ourselves to be raw and to feel all those emotions without labeling them as good or bad or wrong or right. Just let ourselves process our grief the way that we need to, and be okay with that. Let it go and not fight it. I guess that's the biggest part, just not fighting it. Let it go, turn it over, surrender. Some of my favorite words, because they're the ones that Spirit keeps teaching me. Sometimes you think, will this ever end? Oh, but it does, of course. So anyway, on that note, you guys have a great day. And I'm still doing the energy transfer resets. It's only $25. And it's a beautiful, beautiful, sacred ceremony, basically, of resetting our energy, resetting our systems, canceling our soul contract. Because if we're here and at this moment that we are ready to go through that reset, we are in a place energetically, emotionally, spiritually, where we can make those decisions for ourselves. And so it's resetting you back to your purest state at the time that you were created, all the way back to the beginning, before you ever incarnated. It's resetting your energy system to that. And it's really a very cool thing. Everybody who's had it has really felt a shift of some sort, and on different levels. It is a quantum healing technique too. So if whatever you have that needs to be healed, this is a beautiful way to assist and to give you a boost in that. And so anyway, those are on my website, of course, kerriwade.com. And I will see you tomorrow morning, Tuesday. Hopefully I'll be back to normal. I feel like I'm getting caught up on my rest. I slept in yesterday and today by accident a little bit. And I'm feeling a lot better than I was a couple of days ago. I was really dragging. So anyway, have a wonderful Monday. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Peace and blessings. I love you guys. Bye.